I didn't really discover that I could sing. It was always there. You know, my whole family sing. My mother's a great singer. My sister sings the exact same as me, and you know, my father plays guitar, and my mother's whole family are all musicians, and I grew up in a very sort of musical surroundings. You know, that's the way things were. You go around to my grandmother's house, and you know, every couple of weeks they had this massive big living room with a piano in it, and you know, there was like accordions and guitars, everything always lying about. So you know, they even had a Hammond organ in the hallway at the front of the house, and the porch at the front of the house. So you know, there was always that sort of competition between all the kids. Of everyone would have to get up and do a song, and all the adults would do it as well. And that was just like, you know, where it came from. It's a very Scottish thing as well. When Johnny and I first met, we had in common a love for the movie Paris, Texas. And when we wrote I Don't Want a Lover, which was the first song we wrote together, that really is where I Don't Want a Lover started, with the slide guitar and the down, 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 and there started Texas. Yeah, no, it was just, you know, slide guitar. It sounded like nothing that was about. Even when the record came out in 1989, when I Don't Want a Lover actually came out, it actually sounded absolutely nothing like anything else anyway. We used to write, Johnny and I there was only two of us, and we used to write in this friend of ours house, Sparky. And I remember going over there, and it was a big secret because I was still at hairdressing, and you know, I needed the wages and stuff, and I used to go round there after my work at like 8 o'clock at night, be sitting there at like 2, 3 in the morning writing songs, and it was just like, it was such an adventure. And I was really happy then. And I remember it was unbelievable. Johnny says that when the two of us worked together, Johnny was so quiet. He's always very quiet. He says I used to just bombard him like that the whole day. You know, typical hairdresser probably. You know, I was just so excited about just being able to like play music. I remember the first time we ever put something down, and we just did it on a 4-track, and we played it back, and I was just like, you know, because Johnny had been doing it for a long time, but I just remember being like, that's a song. You know, it had a verse, a bridge and a chorus, and it was I Don't Want a Lover, and I just remember putting guitar down on that and everything, and we were just like messing around with it, and I was just like, I was really blown away. It is pretty overwhelming when you write a song, because when you write a song, it's a very, very personal thing. It's a pretty selfish process, you know, for us, because it's like, it's all about us, putting that music across. But the wonderful thing is I think that if that's the way you work as songwriters, that's why maybe you write really good, lasting records, because, you know, it does come from your heart and your soul, and they pick up on the, you know, that part of it. I mean, especially when you go to foreign countries and you meet people and they don't speak a word English, but they're there at the front giving it, singing along to all the words of the songs, and it means so much to them. That's really breathtaking. That's the best part, is when you and a stranger suddenly lock eyes, and you two are on the exact same wavelength at that point. Every audience that walks in there every single night is different. It doesn't matter what sit you're in, you don't know what you're going to get. They started doing dances and everything. I'm going like that, my God, but it was good. It's really good. Once in a lifetime. Our audience has just changed and changed and changed throughout the years, and you know, playing off the audience and playing off everyone in the band and what someone's doing.
Oh my God, wait. No, I got to go down. I need to see. Shit, Ali spoke French.
You know, that's what makes it a good show. Because at the end of the day, that we are there to entertain people. It's music, you're supposed to enjoy it. I was there first thing in the morning, sat in a makeup chair for 6 hours with people applying latex to my face. It was Vaughan Arnell's idea. And a bit of a moment in his office where we were having a couple of glasses too much wine, and he says, you know, you'd make a great Elvis. And I went, what do you mean I'd make a great Elvis? I'm Elvis, I'm joking, and that was how it started. He goes, no, seriously, I'm serious. And I went, okay, I'm serious as well, let's do it. And he went, no, but this is going to take a lot of balls to do, because you're going to be a guy. And I went, you know, that to me doesn't take balls, that just takes, thank God you're not asking me to do tits and arse again. You know, not that Vaughan ever did, you know, it was just like this, that's what most video directors want. Well, I guess that's what most TVs want as well. It's what most magazines, and everything's kind of really surrounded, you know, at the moment is just all about tits and arse. And you know, sex sells. I mean, I'm not a fool. Everyone knows that sex sells, but it's finding a new way of selling sex. And me being a guy was kind of being a little bit risky for some people, and you know, playing with the whole sort of sexuality thing, which I always have done anyway. The fantastic thing about the video is the effect that it had on women, because so many women have just come up to me in the street and shook my hand and went, "Well done," and I'm so proud. You know, that really means a lot to me when women come up to me and say that, and I'm like, "Oh, thanks." A lot of people have said, you know, when you pick someone out the audience, is that set up? And no, it's not. I literally, you know, go and have a wee peek about and go, okay, you.
But you right there. Yeah. No, you with the little moustache. Yeah. Come here. We like you. Yeah. Him.
It's normally someone that's been really lippy, and that's the whole point of it. You know, it's that whole humiliation sort of, oh no. Because it's easy to stand in an audience and shout at someone on the stage, especially, and it's always men, they can't help it. They just can't help themselves. Whether it's the whistling and the jeering and, you know, they get your tits out, oh yeah, right, whatever, mate. And, you know, it's my little bit of, it's that real sort of icebreaker in the show where people just go, this is pretty real, what they're doing. But the expressions on people's faces when you get them on the stage is hysterical.
I mean, look, 17,000 people. Show him everything, give him lights, he needs to see. Come on! It's good, isn't it?
When you're standing up there and you're looking in the opposite direction at thousands and thousands of people staring at you, it's a bit like, you know.
I'm sure you were winking at me earlier on. You were, weren't you? Yeah, you were the stripy. Come here.
One night we got, it was in Cardiff actually, and I saw this guy in the audience, and he looked tall from where I was standing, but then when I got up, I was like, oh my God, he was like 6'3", 6'4". Like looking, I'm thinking, oh my God. So we're in Wales, and I said, you know, are you Welsh? And he said, no, I'm English, which started an abs. It was like, woo, and I was like, oh, calm down, I'm Scottish, like, you know, who gives a shit where you're from, you know? And I said, I tell you what I'll do, okay, if you're so unhappy about it, why don't we get two lovely Welsh boys out the audience as well? So I said to Charlotte and Nicole, I said, come forward, get your mics. Let's have a dancing competition. It was so funny. So I had the big tall guy, Charlotte had one guy, Nicole had another guy, and the three of us are all dancing. And it was, I tell you, in all seriousness, it was pretty damn competitive. Everyone was like doing all their thing. And I looked over to my right and I saw Nicole. Nicole had her guy on the stage on his back and she was sitting on top of him. And I started laughing and I looked at Charlotte. Charlotte was just like in tears. The next minute, I don't even remember how I get lifted up in the air, and I swear to God, for a second I was just like, wait a minute, I'm not in control here, where are we going here? Before I knew it, I was upside down, because he swings me forward and I go upside down, and I couldn't stop laughing. Then I look over at Charlotte and her guy thinks, okay, I'm having a piece of this because it's the dancing competition, tries to lift her up, grabs her by the ass, and she was too heavy for him. And he's like this, and she's kind of trying to stay on the ground, and he's going like this, trying to lift her up. He rips her trousers right up the ass. And she's going, oh my God, I've ripped my trousers. And we were absolutely hysterical. I couldn't stop laughing because normally I go into I was doing So In Love With You that night. And it took me about, I don't know, 5-10 minutes to get it together again because I couldn't stop laughing. Johnny and I don't really have a songwriting process as such, you know, there's not really like, this is what we do, you know, there isn't any fancy stuff, like, apart from the fact that every time we do a new album, I have a new book, and the new book's got to be given to me by someone else. I don't write on computer, I write on paper and pen, old style, and doodles and drawing and all that kind of stuff's really important to my book, you know, and if anyone ever looked at it, they'd probably go, what the hell? It's not like, sometimes it can be, you know, a part on the piano, it can be a guitar part, it can be a bass part, it can be a lyric, it could be a little bit of melody, because I don't actually know how it happens. And I think that's probably a really good thing that I don't know how it happens, because I guess if I did, then it'd be a lot more contrived and a lot more set out, and it becomes very safe and very boring.
Right, okay. Give me the track.
You know, every single person in Texas can play all different instruments, but, you know, drums, no. Drums, no. None of us can do drums very good. And it's got to be fun. It's got to be, I mean, if Christ almighty, if it was, you know, if it wasn't about that, we'd just be going, you know, we'd be going around every bloody club in the UK doing PAs to dance. And that's not what it's about for us. Every single one of us has got an ego. Trust me. It's not like, you know, just because you hang back don't mean you ain't got no ego. All the egos are there, but all the egos are very different. And that's what makes Texas a great band. Our musical legacy. It's always, you know, it's always a hard question, but probably that our records are sitting in record shops in 20, 30, 40 years' time. And that people, you know, some kids just discovered Texas for the first time and their parents may be saying, oh God, that was a band that I was into when I was young. That would be nice, like I did with my parents. France for me is very special. You know, I lived here for a year and my grandmother's French and my grandfather lived in Bordeaux all my life, and I have a lot of cousins and family here and I have a lot of friends here, so yeah, it is a special place for me. I got to say, if it hadn't been for, you know, selling the records that we did sell in France and in Spain, then, you know, we wouldn't have ever got to White on Blonde because we wouldn't have had a record deal. That was what was keeping our heads above water. That's what kept our deal, because we were, you know, we were still shifting 1 million records a time, which is a lot more than most bands ever do. Full stop in the UK. You know, that's their worldwide sales, and we were doing that here alone.
Bonsoir Paris. Ça va? Oui? Ça va bien? Ok, on y va.
I used to walk on stage and go, oh my God, I got to talk to people. Please don't make me do this. So terrified.
Where does the confidence come from?
Selling shitloads of records, basically.
Does that say Texas? Well, I'm looking, it looks like a Y. Because that X is looking really thin. What have you been doing, Ali? Someone been grabbing your ass, right? It's okay, sit down.
You know, it's easy to be confident when you know you've sold the amount of records that we've sold and the amount of people that are coming to see us. We've done the support tours, we've played with everyone. We've gone out there when there's 10 people standing in the audience and go, please like us. You know, now that's a hard show. When you're standing in front of 17,000 people and they're all there to see you, that ain't so hard, trust me. When we did Brixton with Madonna, I mean, it was a half-hour set. Everyone did a half-hour set, including Madonna. She asked us to do, you know, she called up and said, look, I want you to do it. I was really flattered that she asked. And we thought, okay, let's do something that's going to be different, because when you were going out on tour, it's not a Texas show. We thought, okay, you know, let's go on and do something and play with it, use it as an opportunity to try something a little bit different. And it was great, it was really good fun having the two DJs and the sort of like whole sound jam thing and the guitars going. And, you know, as you saw, there was Eddie come up, did a bit, Ali come up, did a little bit, so, you know, the members were there. And it was great, everyone was doing their thing, the whole band were there and everyone was just, you know, was just there to support. And every single member of the band, you know, worked really hard on that Madonna thing.